in one big line, and it symbolized a travel to the utopia, to the Garden of Eden, to the Promised Land. And although all the things, a lot of the mobiles were kind of broken or almost broken, there was still a lot of hope. We got to talk together, and then there was many things that connected us together. And so I'll ask you about that. So one of the things is what you did before or what you're doing, which is the recycle industry, and I believe you started small and ended big. And also about your father, who was an artist, and the museum, the biggest museum, or the museum with the largest amount of tech art. Well, maybe it's better when you explain it a little bit. So can you say something about yourself, Orsi?
So thank you, so Joep. My name is Orsolya Maria Paszkan. I'm an art tech entrepreneur from Switzerland, a circular economy expert for waste management. As a woman, a CEO of an art family foundation, and right now I'm building up a Central Eastern Europe sustainable art tech fund to solve problems. And I believe, as an artist daughter and art collector myself, this is why we met at Art Basel, but your installations are too big for my little museum in Solicon, Gold Coast, Switzerland, Zurich. So we will find a place, from sure, that we need real solutions. No blah blah, even though we are talking right now. It's about doing. And we are sitting here under this giant monkey. And you said threat. I think we have a threat of hope right now. So just when we looked up in the sky, there were some birds flying, because we are here in the middle also of a zoo, so we are all part of the zoo. I'm part of a zoo too, because I own an art tech zoo. This is an apron, and this is from Art Basel Miami startup lounge. That was just acquired by Mattel, who is Barbie. And as I'm a woman, I love handbags, because there is a narrative, Joep. So we have the narrative that everything is about hunting. But in zoos, we preserve things we love, and maybe we also almost kill them, so we have zoos. What I own is an art-tech zoo with a lot of animals which are still alive, maybe dead, or are a combination of art and tech. Because my father predicted drones, he predicted that we will have electro-recycling. Like you, also in your art, you are reusing material. So I think the material you used with the monkey is very interesting. So what's the material?
Yeah, one more question. You
Sure.
say you have an high-tech zoo,
Yeah.
but what is that?
So I have a lot of artwork about animals. So like this is actually for elderly people and also for children to color it out. But I have also the merge between land machines and animals, which can reuse in tech. So biomimicry is something you can use for your R&D departments. As I'm a CEO, I use nature as inspiration, but also as a concrete business model. And in my art tech zoo, I have animals which can serve also in the mountains to help with catastrophes. So it's not just marketing and arts, it's concrete business opportunities.
Oh, I would like to have a bunch of those animals to make me happy.
So this is why I still collect art, tech and sustainable business models, not only in my zoo, but also in my venture capital fund. So because I'm backing my venture capital fund with my own art collection. Because it's not about using money of others, I use my own money to make solutions, not just talking.
Good. So you had a question about the monkey rock. You asked what materials are made of. Yes, that's a good question. It's also a very complicated question, because everything you make, every artwork has a footprint. So also this has a footprint, and then the bigger the sculpture, the bigger the footprint. So that's something we take in consideration, and especially for this event, which was also sponsored by some companies that are very aware of the footprint, and they have a net zero policy. So the monkey itself, I made before, so we are reusing the monkey. The monkey itself is made of a light steel construction, because it has to stand up, recycled styrofoam, and then a thin layer of fiberglass. And a lot of people say, ooh, plastic, that is bad. And then, but on the other hand, it's very little plastic. So, because it's very strong, it's very durable. So basically that's maybe 50 kilograms only. So let's say that's the same footprint as a full tank of gas, or 2 full tanks of gas. And the rock itself also has a steel construction, because it has to be strong, of course. But we made the material is plaster, so not cement, because cement has a big footprint, plaster doesn't, and glaze. And the most important thing is that artworks are not supposed to be recycled. So we don't have to recycle, we don't have to think about circularity. We only have to think that it's a good artwork, so people will nurture it. And then what is special in this occasion thing is the transport. The transport from Rotterdam to Davos, which is very far away, it's like 1,000 or 1,100 kilometers, or really far away. So the sponsor, Minderoo Foundation, they said, yeah, we would like to transport it with electric trucks. Then I started calling, people, transport companies, do you have electric truck? No. We have electric truck. Yes, we have electric truck. Okay, can you drive to Switzerland? No, we cannot. We only drive around the harbor of Rotterdam. So we called many people in the Netherlands and Belgium, and we couldn't find a solution. So I said, okay, let's call Volvo, it's the producer of electric trucks, and said, well, you have to help us with this transport, because, it's not, people don't do it for the long distances. They said, yes, of course, we're going to help it, and we're going to support you as well. So that was very nice. So they find the truck, they find the driver, and the whole thing was transported with the electric crane and a truck here, and it also goes back. So in that sense, and then, the electricity they use is renewable energy, because otherwise it wouldn't help a lot. So this is about the material of the piece. That was a very long. You are
no,
here.
No, I love that, because actually I agree and disagree at the same place, because my father, he reused everything. So also as a waste management specialist running a Swiss metal recycling company, as a woman 2 years ago, I don't see there's any waste. For me, all is material. So even plastics, it's out there in the world. You are sitting on it, you are sitting on metals, you are sitting on these EPAL pallets. So everything is material to me. So my father, he was thinking differently as an artist. He said, oh, there's material on the streets, they put it out. It's for free, I don't need to spend money. So he disassembled furniture. Even though he was a furniture designer, later a porcelain designer, he reused topics like you. You're also reusing topics. You are reusing techniques. For example, I know that you are using pyroluse as a topic into art, and in my recycling company we were experimenting on pyroluse. There are startups also in Switzerland who are using plastic waste to reassemble it, but not in the way you see it maybe, to make energy out of it. And this is a business model where you can earn money and invest. So it's not short term. Okay, most of us are, when you're CEO running a business, shareholder driven, and you think about 6 months, 12 months. But if you have a family foundation, family company like me, I'm running it since I'm a child actually, then you think long term. So I invest in things and people and technologies which I know, where I like the people, because also health is for me sustainability. And artists are actually your co-CEOs, and nature are your co-CEOs when you listen and when you use it, and not like a marketing paradigm. So it's real business. So nature has 3.8 billion years of R&D. So look into the forest. Look into the animal, how is it built up? You can use it in space tech, you can use it in transport and logistic. We just have to observe, listen, go out, don't spend so many times in conferences for corporate games. And I was part of this, And it's not about extracting others. We are ecosystems, and I believe in resilient ecosystem. So this means local resilient ecosystems. We have to connect, and I think artists, the Art Basel, we connected through that.
Mm-hmm.
I connected another entrepreneur. She invited me to South Africa next week in Kapstadt. As I'm now here, I need to look into my sustainability if I want to use all my energy to fly so long hours. But I think artists are actually nothing else than CEO with a vision. So why not hire an artist as co-CEO?
Yeah. So one thing you talked about pyrolyze, and maybe I explain it a little bit because I think it's a very interesting technique. So basically, if you use plastic, sometimes you have to use plastics. Don't throw the plastic in the ocean, that as everyone agrees. So plastic can be recycled quite well, but every time the quality goes a little bit down. So at a certain moment you have something that they call end-of-life plastics, and there is little what you can do with it. So, but with pyrolyzing, you heat it, it evaporates, and then the vapor condenses, and then you get fuel. You get the kind of a diesel, gasoline that can be used again as energy. So you don't throw away the material, you don't throw the energy which is there, and you don't throw away the carbon dioxide which is there.
Totally, but what I love, because the arts, we have the opportunity when you are in the arts, even though I'm a collector, not an artist, that we can speak up with others who have bosses and companies. They can't speak up critical stuff. So what are you heating up in your artwork? When I saw it right in Instagram, then it's very interesting.
Yeah, the installation, which is called Disco Inferno, so it's like the dance, like the final dance. It's a very big machinery as an artwork. All the machines I designed myself, and at the beginning there is the pyrolyzer that makes fuel out of waste, and then the fuel then is used to power big old-fashioned engines, and those engines they drive big hammers, like humongous hammers, like thousands of kilo heavy. And hammers is for me a very interesting tool, because with a hammer you can make things, you can forge steel, you can build furniture, houses, churches, but you can also destroy things with a hammer. You can kill people with a hammer, and the hammer is also the hammer of the judge or the chairman. So what it is, like sometimes you have to destroy things in order to create new things, and you have to make decisions. So if we want to go to a better society, a better world, we need the hammer to get rid of bad things, to create good things, and make decisions and keep keep to these promises. But then the same engine also drives a big shredder to make all the plastic small, and then all the heat that is generated inside all those machines is gathered and goes to a jacuzzi. So you could say we make this whole crazy machinery just for a warm bath. And that's a parallel to our world, that we make something very, very complicated, and actually we just want to eat and drink and procreate.
And becoming
die.
hedonists, right?
Some people, yeah.
But actually, how you explain it, you think this is bad, but at the end, having a company, also doing whirlpools, this is part of a social economy, because there are people who need jobs which are not related to university, and in the age of artificial intelligence, I'm seeing that there will be more industries in sports, in art, because we will have more time. But in a between period, we will lose jobs. So we have to make sure, as entrepreneurs and leaders here, also to build up new industries. So also the leisure industry, the tourism industry, we have just to be conscious how we do it. And if we are doing bad things, then we're just not good enough. So we should learn from the most mature, not failing system in the world. Actually, this is only nature. Have you seen failing nature? No, I don't. So we are in the era of the Anthropocene. Anthropocene is a word which is describing that we humans changed the Anthropocene. And this is why with my 10,000 artworks and also collecting more, if I have room for it, I want to build an archive of the Anthropocene, which is about art, but tech and sustainability. And what you do is the same. You are just reframing it. So actually what you do, it's an innovation you can use right now also for Davos, St. Moritz and your chalets, because you can heat your whirlpool with waste. And actually this is one of the biggest markets, and you have even stocks where you can invest in waste. And actually waste management, they have their own little thing in London, which is called the London Metal Exchange, where you trade waste. And you trade waste, not digital. So it's not a digital trade, you trade it with finger signs. And you have to be very fast, and it's not digital yet, it's very old school. You have to show up, there's a hierarchy, like a hierarchy in the zoo. So the monkey and the lion are having the biggest hierarchy, right? So I think we are all one systems, we have just to be a little bit more intelligent and do something with the skills we have, and your hammer symbolizes that.
So we have a few minutes left. So what I would like to say again is, I think it's very wise and important that the arts, culture and science and economy as well unite. And I think what happens in the last 500-600 years is everything got more specialized, and all different fields have this kind of tunnel vision. Leonardo da Vinci, I mean, the Renaissance, of course, is the best example of someone who was an artist, an engineer, and a politician at the same time. So that's why I'm very happy to be in this situation, to try to kind of reunite the forces in order to have more impact.
I totally agree. So because I think there are a lot of people who have many talents. So my father was also an entrepreneur, he was a designer, he was also politically active against Ceausescu in Romania, because we were born in Transylvania. Also migrantic politics is very important, because I see a lot of frugal innovation in other parts of the world, where we can learn from people who are not in university, because they're more open-minded. We can learn from children, we can learn from elderly people, because they have more experience. And this is why I think what you do with your giant installations, your art in public space. So when people are here, he has also a lot of public art in spaces all over the world. It's just the integration, because an artwork doesn't have to be in a museum, right?
Yes.
So I curate a little small microspace museum in Solikon, Zurich, at Gold Coast. It's in a former Swiss telephone booth. So I really tried to get the monkey in, but the monkey is too big and the telephone booth is too small. And I think maybe also some parts of our Western world are not there yet to have provocative art. But I think how we met at Art Basel and went through your Utopia was just insane.
Thank you. Now maybe we can put the phone inside the monkey rock.
Okay, we put a phone into the monkey rock and put little monkeys into my little museum in Solikon. So Kunststatulle Solikon, you can visit us all time. But also I think in Rotterdam what you're doing is just insane.
Thank you.
And I think it's very important that we support art still when we think we have crisis and we need to shut down the marketing budgets in your corporate companies. It's not, because what you do is more unique than arts with IE, but artificial intelligence can help also arts and culture to look into stuff which is very annoying, administrative stuff. So,
okay, thank you, Orsi, Paszkan.
Thank you so much. Have a good break and enjoy sunny weather in Davos. And yeah, spark the spark, because you are the leaders. You should bring it out into the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo.